Hello class. I had a few more questions at the end of today's lesson about how to use the curriculum and how to write questions on your discussion board using the curriculum as your guide. So I thought I'd try to make a quick little video to give you a little bit more guidance on how to do this assignment. So I'm going to get into module 1.2 or lesson 1.2 workforce safety and wellness as an example. Again, here are the cognitive objectives that the state has listed for this module. These here, you can use those as a study guide, as a reading guide. This is also the place that I create my worksheets from, so you could also do the worksheets online and they would match up with the competencies that you see here. So what I do is I actually highlight to break down each aspect of the curriculum. The main topics are listed in Roman numerals. So for example here, one of the main topics is the emotional aspects of emergency care. So the subcategories under that are death and dying, stressful situations, stress management, critical incident stress management, comprehensive incident stress management, wellness principles. If I come back to this side, each one of those has some broad subcategories. So for example, death and dying, number one, I didn't highlight this yet, but orange would be the different stages of death and dying, or the stages of grief that people go through: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and lastly, acceptance. The second subcategory is dealing with a dying patient and family members. So first they say anticipate the needs of the patient. Second, they say anticipate the needs of the family, friends, and bystanders. Then they give you 7 ways that you can anticipate those needs of the patient. So everything just breaks down into smaller subcategories till you get to the fine details on how to anticipate the needs of a patient. Moving down, stressful situations. So here they list some stressful situations. So examples of situations that might produce a stress response: multiple mass casualty incidents, infant and child trauma, amputations, infant, child or elder abuse, death, injury of a coworker. And then their second category is personal stress that bystanders and patients can produce. Let's take stress management as an example on how I'm going to write a question. So I know that stress management falls under the emotional, let me go a little further, the emotional aspects of emergency care, because that's my main Roman numeral, and then I have my capitalized letter subcategories. So I have stress management, and under stress management, I have number 1, types of stress reaction. So my competency that I'm going to write about is Roman numeral 1. Sorry, I'm going back and forth, but here I'm going to try to walk you through this. Roman numeral 1, category C, subcategory 1. So I'm going to write down Roman numeral 1, subcategory C, category 1. That is my competency, 1C1. And under there, I have 3 things that I could use to write a question: acute stress reaction, delayed stress reaction, and cumulative stress reaction. So if I'm thinking about how am I going to write a question based on these categories, or any one of these categories would be fine, I want something that's going to be thought-provoking. I want my student to have to critically think on what these different types of stress reactions are. So an example of a question I could write, it would be differentiate between acute, sorry about my left-handedness, kind of makes it hard to see with the shadow. Anyway, differentiate between acute, delayed, and cumulative stress reactions. Okay, so now I have a question written, and it's based out of something out of the curriculum. And this is I would say a pretty good question. It's going to be thought-provoking. A student would have to read that and give examples of what the different type of stress reactions are and how they could explain that. There's at least one example of how to use the curriculum, how to find your competency and label it, and then how to post a question. So again, here is the question that I wrote from competency, Roman numeral 1, subcategory C, topic number 1. And I would post this to the discussion board and allow somebody to review my work. I hope this video clears up some questions that you have. Certainly feel free to email me. Since it's Labor Day weekend, I won't be in the office Friday through Monday, but my emails go right to my phone. You'll be able to get a hold of me and I can give you a call. We can talk this through if you need a little bit more guidance on how to write these questions. Okay, otherwise you guys have a great Labor Day weekend and we will see you on Wednesday.